We're going to be talking about 5 big changes that we need to see in the next major DLC update for Black Ops Cold War Zombies. Things that we would expect by Season 2, especially for the release of the new Vietnam DLC Zombies map. If you guys have any ideas of your own, any changes you want to see, major changes to Zombies for the next major DLC update, leave your comments down below. I want to make a video going through a bunch of your guys' ideas because usually you guys have really good ideas. So leave those comments down below. If you can, leave a like on the video, subscribe to the channel for more Black Ops Cold War content. It is greatly appreciated. Shout out to the YouTube channel members as always. And let's get started here first with the ranking system in Cold War Zombies. And I want to do a big comparison here to a bunch of the past games, BO2, BO3 Zombies, especially because they made the ranking in those two games a bit more specific to zombies. In Cold War, I'm not gonna lie, it's pretty cool being able to progress in one game mode and get the stuff in the other game mode, but then you have new issues arise where players feel like they're not being fairly compensated for leveling up in zombies. And then you have also another factor, which we did kind of see in past Treyarch Zombies games, where zombies loses a bit of its character when the ranks look like multiplayer ranks. In Cold War Zombies, your rank, your icons, it just looks like you're playing multiplayer, but in the Zombies game mode. It's the same criticism that people have with the Cold War Zombies HUD being very similar to multiplayer. It's not the worst HUD we've seen. I like it better personally than Black Ops 4's HUD. It's minimalistic, it's cool, but it is similar to multiplayer, and it does get rid of a little bit of Zombies character. Think about with Black Ops 2, the ranks that we saw, although the way to get those ranks probably wasn't the best way. In Black Ops 2, you pretty much had to have accounts with really low amounts of total downs to get, shotguns with blue eyes and those max ranks. And it was super hard to get a max rank. If you've been playing on an account for a while, you get downed a lot, you'll never get to the shotgun rank. Black Ops 3, it was pretty cool, especially what they did with the prestige icons in Zombies. You had all different perk icons, Liquid Divinium, you had all different stuff with the Apothicons. It was super cool, and I do think, especially for Season 2, they could easily add a bunch of these zombie-specific ranks in the game, not changing the whole way you progress in Zombies, because I don't think they're getting rid of the whole cross-game mode progression thing between multiplayer and Zombies, Warzone, Modern Warfare. They're not getting rid of that, but at least make prestiging and leveling up in Zombies a bit more unique and specific to Zombies, bringing back those BO3 prestige icons and bringing back a bit of that familiar Zombies feel to ranking up. Next thing here is about characters with more depth to them, more quotes from these operators that relate more to the actual storyline and tease the storyline of the game. Now, the operator system in Cold War Zombies, it's pretty cool. I like being able to choose a variety of different operators, and it's also opening the door for a ton of old potential zombie characters to be added into the game as operators. And since they're just operators, they don't need to necessarily make sense with the current storyline in Cold War Zombies. This opens the door to the Transit Crew, the old Victus, Ultimus characters potentially returning to the game, just all random different past zombie characters. It's still technically related to the Ether storyline, so they could do that as well. I mean, they could really have a lot of cool operator packs, stuff in the battle pass related to zombies. It opens the door to so much cool stuff. But that being said, the operators in Cold War Zombies decreases the depth of the game just a little bit, because outside of normal gameplay things like, running out of ammo and stuff like that, you're not really getting anything of substance from these operators. You're not getting anything about the storyline, anything about the Easter eggs, teases for future DLC maps. All of that stuff is from Intel, and the Intel documents are pretty cool. Like, they give us a lot of cool information, but it's not the same when it's not from your character. Like, when your character is teasing different stuff, or Richtofen's crazy quotes about the storyline in Black Ops 3 Zombies, for example, those were really cool moments in the game. So I don't think they should do this with all operators. I mean, an operator that has nothing to do with the storyline shouldn't really have too many quotes, but if they do eventually add, let's say, some Samantha Maxis as an operator. She should have slightly more quotes pertaining to the storyline, what's going on, you know, some intel documents just in the form of Samantha Maxis quotes instead of, you know, let's say Woods. Like, Frank Woods doesn't need to have storyline quotes for zombies. He's a cool operator in the game, but he's not really a part of the zombie storyline. He could be, but I think if they want to focus on adding a little bit more depth to the operators, add depth to just a couple of the operators that are a lot more closely tied to the actual storyline in Cold War Zombies. Next thing here, pack-a-punching in the game. In Cold War Zombies, they changed around the pack-a-punching system a little bit, and it's not the most exciting thing. It's pretty cool what they did though, because it's super quick. You go up to the pack-a-punch machine, you just click a simple button and your guns pack-a-punch. And also upgrading all of the different guns, it's pretty quick as well. Like, you can just go up to it, you're on a high round, you get to tier 3 super easily. You can change your ammo type really quickly. It's a good system that they changed, and it is really efficient. The problem here, however, is that it's just not as satisfying to pack-a-punch your weapon than it was in pretty much any other zombies game, even outside of Treyarch. Something about putting your weapon into the machine, letting it go through, and then coming out a new fresh looking weapon with a crazy camo, it hit different. It was something that people liked, although maybe it was kind of annoying waiting for your pack-a-punch weapon, but it made pack-punching seem and feel just a bit more special than it does now. Like, it's still good to pack-punch your weapons in Cold War Zombies. It's just not as special going up to the machine, spending 5,000 points, and then that's that. It just, nothing really happens there, and I hope they add a little more depth to the actual system there. The actual mechanics of the pack-a-punch system, it's really cool. This change wouldn't be as important as other changes because it's, you know, merely just a cosmetic change here. But that's the thing with Cold War Zombies. A major theme is that a lot of the actual core mechanics are really, really good. A lot of the changes that people want to see are kind of just the vibe and different weird little changes that don't actually affect the gameplay, because Treyarch really made some good gameplay changes with Cold War Zombies. A lot of the changes here, mostly cosmetic, mostly quality of life changes. Next thing here, it's a similar theme. This one is definitely up for interpretation. This could be, you know, anyone's opinion here, but I think overall, Die Maschine doesn't have the most depth to it, especially in the actual design of the map. You know, it's not the craziest map we've ever seen. It's a cool looking map. I like the aesthetic of Die Maschine. It's got one of the best layouts of all time. I mean, the fact that all parts of the map, you know, connect to each other, and there just really isn't any dead space on the map. Like, if you're in a certain room, you will always be able to access the lower facility wherever you are. I mean, the map flows super well. The problem is that the actual map itself and the actual setting, it's not too interesting. And I'm hoping for Season 2 Zombies, they have a map with a little more character. You know, in the snowy forest, the facility below the map, I feel like I've seen something like this before. Now, Season 2 Zombies, coming in February, Vietnam is supposed to be the location, so Vietnam is definitely a good location to have a map with a lot of character, bring in a lot of other cool mechanics that are map specific, a lot of cool scenery. You could have the edge of different cliffs and mountainsides and swamps and jungles and little mini towns. Like, Vietnam has a lot of different stuff there that they could take advantage of, and it can make for a really cool looking map, something that we've never seen before, and a map with a little more character, a little more of an interesting feel to it than Die Maschine. Again, Die Maschine is a cool looking map. There's nothing really wrong with the actual look and the setting of Die Maschine. It's just not that interesting. It's not that exciting. Like, it's not a crazy location to be in. Morasko, Poland kind of just seems like a random snowy forest area that we visited. You know what I mean? It's nothing too special. So hopefully for Vietnam Zombies and a bunch of the other DLC zombie maps, they have locations and they have maps with a bit more character and just beauty to the actual map itself. And the last thing here, custom camos for box and wall weapons, and this could also, you know, range from attachments as well. Pretty much the issue here is that when you're actually spawning in with your loadout weapon, you tend to just use that weapon throughout the entire game. There's no real drive to, you know, get a wall weapon or get a box weapon when you know you're not going to have your camos and you're not going to have your attachments unless it's from the loadout weapon. So maybe a solution would be to have the ability to get your attachments and your camos and all that different stuff that you have in your loadouts from the mystery box and from the wall weapons. Now, will that mess up their rarity system? Like, how is that going to work? If you get a weapon that is the max rarity from the box, right now it gives you certain attachments and a certain camo, but if it's just basing off of your loadout, it's always going to give you those attachments no matter the rarity. So maybe they could do a thing where, you know, you have the same attachments from your loadout, but the rarity just gives you increased damage, or they can change it around to where you can enable your loadout being in the mystery box and you can disable it as well. I mean, this one isn't the craziest thing here, but it's just a general gameplay aspect. Playing Cold War Zombies, using your loadout weapons, not being able to get your other stuff from the wall weapons and from the box, and I don't know if they would actually switch that out, so I feel like this is the least likely to actually happen, but we'll have to wait and see what they do. So let me know down below, which change do you want to see the most in Season 2 of Black Ops Cold War Zombies, the next major update for zombies? What change do you want to see eventually added to the game? Thank you guys for watching the video. If you guys did enjoy, leave a comment below zombies. If you watched the video, that would be greatly appreciated, and I'll see you guys in the next video or live stream. Peace out.